So running a small business is hard. There's no doubts about that whatsoever. And I'll be honest, there are two things I'm not good at. Number one is anything to do in the legal profession. Don't understand it, never have done. And I think personally it requires a skilled person to do so. Similarly, same for accountancy. And I'm not very good with the finances. I'm all right day to day as such, but when it comes to the overall finances, I struggle to know what bills to pay, what's got to be paid, what's my forecast, profitability of products. I haven't really got a clue. And you probably see, this is now day 2 of a bit of a mess that I'm in. I've got a pile of invoices here that I've got to put on the system. I've got some paper receipts, B&Q, craft shops, postal receipts, invoices to pay. That is one box of 4 that I've got to go through. And I'm getting tired. I'm tanked up on coffee, which isn't really making much of a difference. But I have found a solution, which is awesome. But let me get through this very quickly, go through some paperwork, and I'll come back to you and I will talk to you about Osome, which is a great accountancy and financial package. Right, got through my accounts. I know what I've got to pay, know what money's coming in, know what money's going out. I'm a little bit up to date. So let's talk to you about Osome, which is osome.com, which is an accountancy package. And as I said to you just a few seconds ago, there are two things I'm not very good at, and accountancy is one of them. I understand the basics. I understand what you spend, the expenses, gives you a profit and the revenue, and therefore the tax implications of that are. But what I've always struggled with is managing paperwork. We all want to be in the digital world. We all want to be in this paperless technology, in this paperless world. But I still find myself with reams of paper, reams of receipts that I frankly don't know where to put them. I stick them all in a box, give them to my account at the end of the year, and then I have almost a semi-argument with my accountant. You've left it too late, Grant. Why haven't you asked me this before? Why haven't you done this? Why have I got all these bits of paper hanging around? Why isn't it in the right order? And frankly, it's not a healthy conversation to have. And it also doesn't help me. You know, as a small business owner like you guys are, you're already the CEO, the MD, head of design, head of marketing, head of accounts. You look after the product design, you look after the shipping, you look after cleaning the office or the space that you've got. You've already got a million things on your mind. And if something isn't really your forte, again, which accounts is for a lot of us, you just don't know where to start. Osome is a great product for that. So firstly, what it does is it hooks into an existing platform, which is a company called Xero, Xero. If you're in the UK, you've probably heard lots of recent adverts. I've seen some press advertising, I've seen some radio adverts, I think I've seen on the TV as well. A great bit of kit for dealing with your finances. But what Osome does is it gives you that, I guess, that secondary layer, that almost human interface, that what should I do, that where am I, that what can I do next, that what should I do next. And that's what you don't get with Xero. So you take Xero as a core financial product. It deals with your accounts, it understands where you're going, it knows where you're going financially. But then if you add Osome on top of that, what you get is an all-in-one tool to deal with your accounts. So you know where you are, what you're doing, how much you're earning, how much you've got to spend out, and all your liabilities around that. And I'm not just talking about UK, I'm talking about international. So this system can deal with, European Union, all over the shop. It's a fantastic piece of kit. So what is Osome? As I said to you, it is a financial services or an accountancy package. So what it's doing is it's taking the feed from your existing bank account, and when I say feed, nothing manual in this. There is a clever bit of software, an API hook or something like that, that hooks into your bank and on a daily basis pulls in your transactions. Again, on a daily basis reconciles those transactions. So I was expecting £101 in my account today. I've got £101 in my account. Bing, reconciled, off it goes, simple as that. So you can integrate many e-commerce platforms. So if you're selling on Amazon, Wix, Shopify, your Stripe data, your PayPal data. Have a look at Osome, osome.com. There's a list of integrations or systems you can hook into. So if you're selling on, I'm going to go out and live and probably say 95% of the top selling platforms, then you can use Osome to its full effect, its full advantage. So you've got Osome sitting here. You've got your sales platform sitting here, Etsy, Amazon. It feeds that data into Osome on a daily basis, reconciles the information on a daily basis. And what happens if it doesn't, I hear you say? If it finds an exception to the rule, what does it do? What would it do if it was in a normal accountant? It spits that information back at you, asks you for more information. Grant, you've got an invoice here. Where's the corresponding invoice? You can send them it. You can upload it, scan it and upload it. You can email it to them. Really, really simple. At the back of it is a qualified accountant, I think the proper name for it is a chartered accountant. That's almost like your daily account manager sitting there looking at your account and answering the questions that you have. And in fact, when you log into Osome, the first thing you're presented with is the ability to ask a question. So you can go to your dedicated accountant and say, I've just uploaded this invoice, XYZ, I've got a query, can you help me? You get a response back. You don't get that with Sage, you don't get that with Xero, you don't get that with QuickBooks. All you get is the tools to do the work yourself. But again, bring it back to my own experience. That's not what I'm like. I need some assistance. It's not every day I need it, but when I have a question about what's going on, why am I putting this? Should I be charging VAT on this element because I'm selling in France, for argument's sake, on Amazon? Should I be doing this? Is this a tax liability? I've got no one here to help me. And that's where Osome is completely different. Not only that, you can see your daily position. So you know exactly what you've got in the bank. Okay, that's a given. You can log into your bank and see that. But you can also see what payments are coming up, inward and outward. What you're expecting to come in the bank, what are you going to be paying, what are the invoices that are due, which is another big thing of mine. I've got a small pile here of invoices to pay, very small, but that affects my margin this month. If I've got £500 in invoice to spend out, or I've got £300 of supplies to buy, it's almost pointless looking at the bank. I've got £1,000 in the bank, but I've got to pay £700-800 of it out. So actually, I've only got £200 spare or profit this month. And that's what a lot of these systems don't tell you. And they're not proactively chasing you. We are all small businesses when I'm talking to my audience here. And what's important is paying other people on time. And I know in this digital world, a lot of stuff is instantaneous, but not everything is. Or let's say you're saving up for an item, a cricket machine, £300, a new colour printer, laser printer, £300 or £400. You bought something on Amazon and it's a pay monthly over 5 months. You've got to work that into your books. I need to make an extra £50 or £60 a month. That's where Osome comes into its own. It's fantastic from that point of view. As I said, really, from my point of view, it really can change the way that you look at accounts. Don't fear your accounts. Get on top of it on a daily or weekly basis. Osome can sit there, it can reconcile your transactions, it can ask you for further information on a daily basis. You don't have to do it on a daily basis. Set aside some time on a weekly basis to look through the information, on a monthly. Depends on the volume of transaction. Now, what you're obviously going to ask me is, there's a cost to it. Yeah, of course there is. There's going to be a cost to it. But what you've got to remember here is that this system gives you several things. It's got an accountancy package. It's got real-time information from your bank, and it's got a dedicated or semi-dedicated, let's just say an accountant sitting there in the background ready to ask your questions. £145 a month plus VAT, so plus another 30 quid, so that's 175 quid there or thereabouts a month. You get that all looked after for you. You've got a question, it's answered. You want your bank reconciled, it's done. You want to know about where this invoice should go, the question's sorted for you. That's all you need to worry about. And in fact, you don't need to worry about it. That's the great thing about it. We've all started a business because we are creative. We've got a passion for our product. I mean, no offence to any accountants if they're watching this, but There aren't many people that start a small business because they love financials or they love the accounting side of their business. Not many people I know do. But if you don't have your finger on the pulse on the financials and the accounting side of things, then things start to slip away with you. I've recently started selling on Amazon, not FBA yet, just fulfilled by merchant. And I've got 32 SKUs on there, 32 different product lines. But I'm now starting to see why an accountancy package really, really makes a difference. I'm selling on Etsy. I'm selling through my own website. I'm selling via Instagram, taking manual payments. I'm selling on Amazon. These have all got different profit margins. They've all got different levels of fees. And I'll be completely 100% honest with you. You can ask me today how much I'm making per card, and I can give you my best guess, but it's not accurate. So I can't project. I can't forecast what I'm going to make. I can't reinvest back into the business because I could be making £2.10p a card on Etsy and only £1.82 on Amazon, £3 on my own website. I just don't know, and that's why proper accountancy, knowing your tax position, what are your liabilities, is super, super important. So that's Osome in a nutshell. Really, takes the level of stress around financials down, the table's clear, and you can really work on what you want to, which is driving your business forward. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification icon so you know when I'm uploading new content. Smash that like button and comments down below, and I do try to reply to as many as I can. And I'll see you next time for the next video.